Okay, Salaki about that, Salaki about that. We are definitely back. This is ISUPK Detroit under Commander General Yohana. Tonight I'm Officer of 1,000 Awadia, and this is the Brotherhood class. Okay? This is the Brotherhood class. Tonight we're gonna be touching on a couple of different little topics tonight. Let me open my Bible up right quick. Tonight we're gonna be touching on a couple of different topics because Brotherhood, again, to me is always one of the most important classes that we could teach inside of Israel, because it always teaches us how to deal with one another in a brotherly manner. So we're not thinking and doing things according to what we think is right and things of that nature. We always going with it according to how the Most High wants us to go with it, okay? A funny thing, just if I may for a hot second, I noticed something a lot of times when I talk to different brothers about different things. And I'm sure a lot of us go through this, but we just want to save every family member that we have, every friend that we have. We want them to hear the truth. We want them to come into the truth. But this is something I learned. At some point, you just got to let them be. At some point, you just have to let them go and let the Most High deal with that person. Some of us, every time we get around our cousin, our brother, or whoever, that certain little homeboy who come over, we are always battling back and forth about the scriptures and things of that nature. Let him go. Because this is the thing. He's never, ever going to change his mind. He's never, ever going to change, because they don't want to straighten up in the beginning. You doing this because you care about the brother. So when you get the truth, you taking it to whoever it is that you care about. And they rejecting it because they want to celebrate Christmas. They in love with Halloween. They in love with New Year's Day. And they want to and they can't wait for Halloween. Halloween is coming up. They can't wait to celebrate Halloween. Okay? They can't wait to celebrate a bunch of foolishness. And they don't give a dang on what you have to say, man. With that, we're going to pull our first scripture of the night, and we're going to go to Proverbs 1 and 7. Proverbs 1 and 7. Okay? In Proverbs 1 and 7 reads, Salakia, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. What makes the fear of the Lord the beginning of knowledge? The beginning of the fear of the Lord is what? You don't want the punishment from what? From disobedience. You don't want to disobey the Lord, because you know it's a consequence that come with that. So when you heard the truth, your willingness to do what? Be obedient and fear the Lord. You was obedient and feared the Lord. and said, okay, let me start doing what the Most High want me to do. Because a lot of us, we come out of all different kind of backgrounds. Whether your background is Islam, whether your background is Christianity, Buddhism, not believing in nothing. Some of us nowadays is coming from just what they call just being spiritual. Y'all can talk to the trees and the trees talk back to you and things of that nature. But when you heard the truth, you was like, man, this is us inside this book. When you stop spewing all that nonsense, see, a lot of people that we talk to, they do what? They so busy talking and they don't do the most important thing that they should do. They should close their mouth and listen for a second. They should just close their mouth and just listen. They honestly don't even listen to hear whether what we saying is right or wrong because they too busy running their goddamn mouth. They too busy talking. They know everything. They got all the answers. Couldn't have all the answers because brothers and sisters, we still suffering. The ISUPK got the answers under Commander General Yohana. We pulling brothers out of poverty. We pulling brothers off of drugs. They don't have an answer. It's Salakia. It says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. It says, but fools despise wisdom and instructions. It says fools despise wisdom and instructions, man. You trying to explain something to a damn fool who won't listen to nothing that you have to say, ain't never picked up and read anything in his whole entire life. His whole entire life, he's done nothing but what he wanted to do. Anything he lust after, he went after it. Whether it was what he ate, what woman he was with, whatever it was, he went after it. So selling more drugs than anything in the world. Smoking, getting higher than a kite. And that's one thing that Salakia, just for a second. That's one thing that bothers me, man. It be some brothers out there getting higher than a fool, trying to teach people about something that they know nothing about. About something they have no clue as to what they talking about. Okay? They sitting there high as a goddamn kite in the room, in the house by themselves with their cell phone and Google and know absolutely nothing. All they breakdowns come from them being higher than a kite. One brother said, the mountains is tree stubs, man. The mountains that's made of rock. Said they tree stubs, because that's how tall and big humans used to be back in the day. I said, good grief. Good grief, man. Fools hate knowledge. Fools hate wisdom and instruction, man. You find a lot of people don't even want to come into school because they don't enjoy they don't like having men over them, instructing them. Well, the men over us are the men to keep us from bumping our heads. The men set over us are set over us to save our lives, man. You don't have the answer. If you had the answer, you wouldn't be in the condition that you in. Neither would your people. You would be pulling them out. It's just some brothers in the bedroom with their phone, getting high. Some brothers just don't want to let go of Christmas. Some people cannot wait right now. They like Thanksgiving is right around the corner. They can't wait for Thanksgiving to come. They can't wait for Halloween to come. You trying to explain to them that God hates that garbage. But they hate wisdom and they hate instruction, man. And the only thing you trying to do is what? Save their life, man. Save their life, man. That's the only thing you trying to do is save a brother's life, man. And because he hate wisdom and instruction, he won't listen to you. He won't hear you out. He too busy running his mouth and thinking he got it all figured out. Jump down to 22 with me. Jump down to 22 with me. It says, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? How long, simple ones, will you love your simplicity, man? Some of y'all just as simple as all outdoors, man. Y'all got the answer, but I'm going to tell you a story, right? I was talking to a brother, and the brother said to me, he said, I'm going to have to put that King James Bible down because King James Bible was an oppressor, and he was part of, y'all, of course y'all know the room, he was part of the alphabet community. So then the brother went and said, I'm going to use the Jewish study Bible. Now I'm confused about it because he said King James is an oppressor and he's part of the alphabet community, but they're an oppressor and they put their mouth on kids' rights. Like, I didn't understand it. I said, this dude is insane. This brother is insane right here. He could not understand what he is. It's impossible for him to understand what it is that he's saying. So, of course, me being me, I try to help the brother. You know, King James is black. Let's go over here and look at this. He would hear none of it. He would hear not a single solitary word about what I had to say about King James being black. He heard none of it. Why? Because he was too busy running his mouth as if he knew something. And he knows nothing. And he does not realize he knows absolutely nothing. Okay? Reading on. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorners, in their scorning, Salaki, and their scorning. They love it. They love telling us how much we don't know what we're talking about. They love telling us how much God just loves everybody. God don't love nothing he made. God love his create. God love everything he created. He just hates the sin. He don't hate the people. God loves everybody. He's just an all-loving God. You Israelite people, y'all in a cult. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. How can y'all teach hate when God is all love? How can y'all teach that hatred stuff, man? Y'all in a goddamn cult. Scorners delight in their scorning, man. They enjoy scorning us. We have to, they treat us like it's a crime to be against the things that God hates. It's a crime to be against, to actually stand with the Most High. They treat us like that is a crime. Because they don't understand what standing with the Most High really is. They don't realize their whole life they stood with nobody but themselves. Their own way of thinking, their own logic to what's right, how they feel on the inside and what makes them feel good. They've never followed the Most High, and they don't realize that, man. They don't realize that. Okay? Reading on. And fools hate knowledge, man. This is like a reoccurring thing. A fool hate knowledge, man. You're gonna have some times where you sit down with a brother and they may disagree with what you have to say. But it's foolish of a brother to disagree and not even hear what you have to say. He's not even listening. He's not even paying no one bit of attention to what it is that you're saying. He got it all figured out. And this the one that killed me. They'll say to me, this has been said to me. You learning what somebody else teaching you. I'm learning from myself. And they actually believe inside their mind that that is a great thing. To not have a teacher. They actually, inside of their mind, they believe that's a great thing. They believe that's a good thing. That's just foolish. Fools hate knowledge. A fool hates knowledge. That's the most ridiculous thing. You don't know anything, so you're going to teach yourself. You don't know anything. How you going to teach yourself something and you don't know anything? You just running around saying things that you heard on TV. That's all you doing. Running around saying stuff you heard in the Christian in church. Running around saying stuff that you heard in Islam. You're not teaching yourself because you don't know anything to teach yourself. Okay? From there, let's go to Proverbs 8 and 5. Proverbs 8 and 5 from there. Yeah, you don't know anything. How you teaching yourself something and you know nothing? You know nothing about nothing, but all of a sudden you got enough knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to where now you qualified to teach yourself. To teach yourself, man. And this is what the scripture is talking about, man, when it's talking about fools and foolishness. You literally bragging because you sitting there thinking you are teaching yourself. That's the proof that when actually what you're telling me is the very proof that you don't know anything. But when somebody try to explain something to you, what do? You running your mouth. You running your mouth as if you have all the answers to everything. That's what brothers do. They teach themselves, they name themselves, and all this insane stuff. When what? Brother, you should be in class. You should just humble yourself and just get in class. It's not that hard of a thing to do. The things that you even think you know, a lot of it is founded off what somebody taught you. But you just sit in a room with a computer or with your phone and Google and think you know everything. Nah, you don't. Let's stop this, man. We have to stop that, man. We have to stop that foolishness, man. That's just foolishness. That's just foolishness, man. Silliness and ridiculousness, man. We have to do better than that. We have allowed the oppressor to divide us so much that we think if it ain't coming from him, it's not right. If it ain't coming from the oppressor, it is not right. You don't want to hear it if it's not coming from your oppressor. We have to stop that, Israel. We have to start putting our trust in one another and stop putting our trust in oppressor. We have to start looking at each other, and at least, and if you're sitting down talking to a brother, at least examine what that brother is saying, man, or hear the brother. And if you in a UPK, you listen so you can correct the brother. You listen so you can correct the brother. The brother don't want to be corrected. Sometimes we just, like I said earlier, we have to just let brothers be, man. Because they're not going to stop. They're not going to give up. They're not going to stop what they're doing because they love what they're doing. They enjoy celebrating Christmas. I know somebody, right, who don't understand what being a Hebrew Israelite this and Hebrew Israelite that. He is so-called Muslim. I go to the brother's house. I open the freezer up. Freezer full of pork bacon. And he is so-called Muslim. And his freezer is full of pork bacon. But the brothers speak ill of us because we actually do what? We actually follow God. We actually do what the Most High said do. Okay, we actually do that, man. And I don't know, Salakia, I do know. We get so vilified in this world for following the Most High. You get vilified in this world for doing that. You get vilified for following the order that he set up. You get vilified in this world for doing the things that he said do. which is what makes the UPK so great, because in here, inside of here, when you come in here and you want to be obedient to the Most High, you are embraced, man. You are embraced. We can't find too many places where you can go and be accepted and follow the Most High completely. You can find a lot of little places that just want to follow the part that they like, the one or two things that's okay with them. They got them everywhere. They call them Christian churches. They got them everywhere. It's one on every corner. Passed about 6 of them on my way home. Okay? Have them everywhere. But to find a place where you can just serve the Most High and you don't have to compromise anything, that's what makes the UPK so great, man. Because in here, if you want to follow the Most High, then damn it, you're going to follow him in here, and we're going to embrace you, brother. We're going to embrace you in here. Nobody going to look at you strange and ask you 1,000 questions about why you don't want to celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that garbage. In here, you're going to be uplifted because you put those things away, man. In here. That's what's going to happen when you come in here. Because you're going to be surrounded by brothers that want to do what? Serve the Most High too. So when you come in here and you want to serve the Most High, you home, brother. Okay, Salakia. We have Proverbs 8:5, right? Proverbs 8:5 reads, O ye simple. O ye simple. Right? Meaning what? O ye simple. O you unlearned ones. O you non-understanding ones. A brother trying to tell you the way that you follow the God is doing what he say do. You would think that's common sense. That seems like common sense. Like, brother, you can't follow the Most High and not do what he said do. You see how simple that is? But your oppressor, Salaki, let me fix this camera. But your oppressor, through Christianity, has taught what? The way you serve the Most High is to do what? Not do anything he say. But do everything they say. Which in turn does what? It makes them your God. It makes them your God. All right? Because you're not following and doing what the Most High said do. You're following and doing what they said do. You don't care about what the Most High said, do. You love them and care more about them. Okay? Proverbs 8:5. O ye simple, understand wisdom. Understand wisdom. That's what the scriptures is full of, man. The scriptures teach us how to live, how to treat one another, how to have our own government, man, how to establish our own nation, man, and the rules to do what? Govern our people. To govern us. This is the Bible is for us, man. This is something that you don't have to let your oppressor into. But you know what the problem is? We love our oppressor more than we care about the Most High, man. This is something that we don't even have to let him be a part of. We can finally separate ourselves away from him and be our own people. How do we do it? We do it by using the Bible. People have been trying to figure this out for years. And we do it by using the scriptures. Simple. It's not a hard thing. We do it by using the scriptures. Not one or two, but all of them. Every last one of them, man. Every last one of them. But what happens? We always want to join hand in hand with the oppressor. We got to let him in. God loves everybody. We have to let him in. That garbage was taught to you by your oppressor, man. We have to let that go. Okay? We have to let that go. It says, "And ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart." Don't be such a hard-headed, stiff-necked person, man. Don't do that. Don't think that you got it all figured out. Don't do don't do that. You shutting your brother out because you done took so much of your oppressor on. You shutting your brother out because you care more about what the oppressor got for you. The oppressor is running you, man. You should be sitting at the table with your brothers, but you sitting at the table with the oppressor and allowing him to fill your head up with gunk and nonsense, man. You allowing him to fill your head up with gunk again and nonsense. Okay? Let's get Proverbs 23 and 9. I saw this and I had to put this in. I had to put this in the class. Proverbs 23 and 9, man. Proverbs 23 and 9, and it reads, "Speak not in the ears of a fool." Speak not in the ears of a fool. Somebody running around every time, like I said earlier, every time you see a brother, y'all going back and forth about Israel and Christianity, which one is better. Every time you see a brother, y'all going back and forth about Islam or spiritual knowledge or the trees that he can make, that he talked to, and the leaves and all that nonsense. Is it okay to be in the alphabet community? Man, speak not your wisdom into the ears of fools, man. Don't do you don't have to do that every time with that person. At some point, just let them go ahead and let them be. Now, it's a difference. If you on Facebook or some platform or something of that nature, and it's being used as like a fishing tool to fish brothers and sisters into the truth, that's different. But what I'm specifically talking about is I'm talking about like when every time you see your cousin, every time you see your homeboy. Like I get DMs from certain people I know. I've talked to a couple of times. Now when they not DMs, but now when they little Facebook Messenger, Salaki, I'm not too hip on everything. But now when they send me little Facebook messengers, I don't even respond to it no more. For what? I'm not about to sit and debate y'all all day. I have other things I could be doing. This is no debate. I won't do it. I'm not going to do it. You want to go do your thing? Fine, go do your thing. Just go have at it. Go enjoy it. Enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. I told you. So you can't say nobody ever told you. You knew. Read it again. Speak not thy wisdom in the ears of a fool. Don't you dare speak your wisdom. Keep trying to change their mind and change their heart. They not changing. They're not going to change. It's going to take an act of God for them to change. And some of them still ain't going to change. Okay? Some of them still are not going to change. And it's sad but true. They don't care. They don't care one bit about the Most High. Because of what? Because if the Most High not their God, and they following behind everything that the oppressor is doing and saying, who is their God? You guessed it, the oppressor. The oppressor is their God, man. The oppressor is their God. It says, speak not unto the ears of fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words. He ain't going to listen to a dang on thing you got to say, man. That's what I just said, literally. He not going to listen to nothing because all he care about is saving the oppressor. God love everybody. And you ever notice this? When they talking about the Most High love everybody, they not really never talking about Africans or Chinese people. You know, Chinese people, they worship Buddha. Buddha is their God. Okay? Buddha is their God. So basically what they saying is they can worship Buddha and still get into the kingdom. That makes the logic behind how they really think is insane. Okay? But I realized something. They think like that because it's what they do, because they worshiping the oppressor. So what? So they think you could just worship what you want to worship and do what you want to do, and what's going to happen? You're going to get saved regardless. It doesn't matter. So they think it's okay to just keep worshiping the oppressor, who they put in replace of the Most High, man. All right. It says, speak not in the ears of fools, Salakia, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words. You don't speak in the ears of fools, man. Let them go ahead and be foolish. Okay? Let them go ahead and be foolish. And I just want to ask something, man. What the heck does it mean to be spiritual? Okay? What the heck does it mean to be spiritual? What is this new thing that I be hearing? I'm spiritual. What is it? I'm spiritual. I'm spiritual. You what? What does that mean? You can talk to the trees. Right? You can talk to the trees. You can make the leaves curl up and talk to you. Like there is no such thing as the Most High. But there is a such thing as just being spiritual. You just connected to everything. You connected to the dirt in the ground. You connected to the air. If you just whisper softly to the leaves, they'll talk back to you. Where in the hell did this nonsense come from? Salakia, y'all. I'm trying to check the comments and see if we have any questions online. Bear with me 1 second. Yep, bear with me 1 second. Okay, cool. We'll keep this thing rocking. Yeah, what is that? Okay, you don't believe it's in the Most High, nor do you believe in anything. You just believe that you connected to the planet. Let's get Proverbs, Salakia. Let's get Psalms 14:1. Please. I'm trying to get all this fit in. Sorry, I'm just kind of changing gears just a little bit for 1 second. Salakia. Bear with me. I'm changing gears for 1 second here. Psalms 14:1, and it reads, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Let me tell you, let me hip y'all to something. If you celebrate Christmas, if you uphold the oppressor as your God, in your heart, you are saying there is no God. That's really what you're saying, in a nutshell. Because there's no way the oppressor can be. Everybody knows. Look at what he's done over history. We can't seriously think something like that nature. But you uphold him as your God, but he's not a God. So in your heart, what you're really saying is, There is no God. There's no God. There's no God to punish me for celebrating Christmas. There's no God to punish me for celebrating Thanksgiving. I'll say Christmas is Christ's birthday, but I'm really talking about old Caesar. I'm not talking about the Christ of the Bible. I'm talking about old Caesar. That's who I'm talking about. The God of the Bible, who is he? Who is he? It's like, y'all, I gotta get myself a water. 1 second, please. Slakia. Yeah, the God of the Bible, who is he? They have no clue who the God of the Bible is. All they know is what? Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Halloween. Whatever the oppressor love, they love. Whatever the oppressor love, they love. They good with it. If the oppressor say it's good, it's good. How do you think we got the alphabet community pushed on us so tough? The oppressor said it was okay to do it. And what do? We follow suit, man. You can open up the Bible and see that the scriptures is clearly against it. Whether you open it, whether you talk about it's in the Old and the New Testament. But it's all in Christianity. And nobody thinks to say, you know what? We're not going to follow Christianity no more. Because it's clear that they're not following the Bible. It's clear that they're not following the Bible. They're right in there talking about God love everybody. It don't matter who you are. What you do. Well, here's what I learned. Sinners love sinners. Sinners love sinners. And that's why they're allowed to sit in that Christian church like that, because sinners love sinners. Like it didn't mean to get too off topic, but I'm finished reading what I am. It says, a fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt and have done abominable works. They've done abominable works, man. When you celebrate these holidays that your oppressor laid out for you, we got the feast day coming up, man. We got the feast day coming up, man, and we about to get down on that day. I'm telling you that right now. That's the day that the Lord set up for us, man. That's the day that the Lord set up for us, man. If Christianity followed the Bible so much, why they didn't teach y'all about this? Because they don't, man. They instead of that, you know what they did for y'all? Taught y'all Halloween. To dress up and go from door to door begging for some damn candy. They taught y'all about that, man. They taught you nothing about the Bible and what God wanted you to do. They taught you what your oppressor set up for you to do. That's what they did to you, man. They destroyed us as a people, man. They done abominable works, man. They let the alphabet people all throughout Christianity. All throughout it, man. I'm gonna hip you to something else. They ain't just let them in. They just made it okay for them to come out because they've been there. They've been there. They just able to come out now and be a little bit more bold with it. All right? They have done abominable works. What's another abominable work that they have done? Got you thinking it's okay for you to eat shrimp, crab, lobster, pork chops. This is something I remember from Christianity right here personally. We had a breakfast one time, man. And in the breakfast at the church, it was, of course, eggs, grits, but then they got the sausage, and it's all pork. Now, at the time, of course, I didn't know no better, but really just looking back on it now, that's an abominable work. And now that we're bringing out the abominable work, that's an abominable work because you're doing what? You literally teaching people to sin and saying that it's okay to sin. That's an abominable work, man, when you teaching people to sin. When you teaching them to celebrate Valentine's Day and things like Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day. Why the hell is black people celebrating St. Patrick's Day? These are abominable works, man. This is why our community out there is so messed up. Because we look to them as moral leaders, man. And we put our trust in them since the beginning of forever, it seems like. Okay? Since the beginning of forever, it seems like. And because we did, what you see when you walk outside your door is the result of it, man. What your people go through in the ghettos all over the world is the result of it, man. Is the result of it. Black men locked up in prison the way that they are, that's the result of it. Black men getting kicked out the house on a regular basis, that's the result of it. Black men all on child support all over the country, that's the result of it, man. That's the result of it. We put our trust in oppression. We put our trust in the oppressor. Because we saying in our heart, what? It ain't no God. My oppressor is my God. My oppressor is who I look to solve all of my problems. I don't look to the Most High. Because it ain't no Most High. It's only my oppressor. And that is foolish. And that is foolish, man. We should never do that. We should never do that, man. So I can give me 1 second here, y'all. And we should never ever do anything like that. The Most High have not forgot us, man. And we should always remember that, man. The Most High has not forgot us. Okay? And with that, Salakia, I'm going to close the class out. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yah Shabarakatah to the thumb, to the Akia. Shalom Yahweh Shemar Alatah Ba Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. Shalom Israel.